Confucius say, when fat naked man pass through doorway sideways, he is going to Bangkok. Also, when fat naked man watch CCTP, it bring him great happiness and prosperity. You're listening to the very 11th episode of the Celtic Crack podcast. It's really philosophical.
It is.
Bullshit.
It is very philosophical in fairness.
I like that Bangkok joke. That was good.
Yeah. I never heard that one before. Did you make that up?
No, Jude likes cock, so I just said it.
Just put that in there for you.
Anything with cock in it.
Yeah. Bangkok. What kind of accent was that though, Mikey? Sounded like a bit of a Palace Green mixed with a bit of fucking...
Nelson Mandela.
Oh, is that?
Right.
Is that what it was?
No, it's Confucius. No, Confucius.
Yeah, but wasn't he Asian? Chinese, no?
Yeah.
Confucius? That wasn't very... Do a Chinese.
The
hello?
The hello?
You like YY?
Like a somebody. Fuck you, big boy.
Do a Chinese.
Yeah.
Never done a Chinese.
You can do a Chinese.
Wing Wong. I can't.
No, that's just racist.
That's just racist. Isn't it?
You wouldn't say it to a Chinese face though.
I bet you
Just
can.
in case they know karate.
I
Like.
bet
do
you.
alright.
Aye.
They wouldn't know it was me because their eyes are constantly closed all the time.
I bet you can make a chicken curry.
Oh yeah.
That means you can do a Chinese.
Not technically Chinese though.
No.
Curry is Indian.
Curry is Indian.
Mm.
You go to a real Chinese restaurant, they'll fuck you out for asking for curry.
Yeah. What
Like,
do
you
you
want-
think this is?
you-
India?
Yeah, you want curry? Fuck off.
We know I have curry.
I hit you.
And then, thank you, come again.
That's
inside-
definitely Indian.
I was inside and I was out there one night. I was watching a match there of a Sunday, you know, pissed drunk. It was about 6 o'clock. Then I decided to go home. I went up to the Hong Kong restaurant on William Street. I
Oh,
went up
yeah.
and I asked them for a beef curry, and I got about 4 strips of beef, right, about 4 peas, 6 grains of rice, and a big mountain of curry. I went back in then the following week and I says, "Hi, can I get an Irish stew?" I said, "We don't do Irish stew." I said, "I fucking got one off you last week." Didn't I?"
Fuck's sake.
Well, that's the Hong Kong getting free advertising as well.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah. So best fucking Irish stew on the planet.
the Hong Kong restaurant. If
Couldn't
you want
just
traditional Irish stew, you come to the Hong Kong. Fuck's sake.
Couldn't just say a Chinese on William Street.
Nah,
Yeah.
Hong
Have to
Kong.
name it,
Name
sure.
and shame, is
No
it?
filter, Jude.
Nah. Fuck 'em.
Fuck's sake. Yeah, we're back. What's this? Episode 11, is it? Finally.
Yeah.
Finally got over that 10 mark. Jesus, man, that was a tough one, in fairness.
Was,
How many
yeah.
weeks were we
3
at it?
weeks, I think, was it?
Fucked up the first one. Second one came out very bad. Then the third week we had to just try and sort everything out. But we have a lovely new table.
Fab.
Does that when you touch
This
it
is
like
what
that with
Russell would
me?
look like if he grew a beard.
Yeah. I modelled that leprechaun on Russell. Actually, never gave him a name. Should have given him a name.
Paddy.
Paddy.
Patrick. Joe. Give him something not Irish.
I was
though, just
thinking like
confuse it-
Ezekiel or
confuse-
something like that.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't really. But yeah.
Tyrone.
Tyrone. Fuck that shit. I'm Tyrone. You ever see him?
What about
Oh
your man?
man. Have you ever seen his videos? No?
Jamal, yeah.
Big, huge fucking...
All them black and Mexican jokes are the same. Once you've heard Juan, you've heard Jamal.
Ah, fuck's sake. Joe, boy, he finds himself hilarious. That's the main thing. Once you've heard Juan, you've heard Jamal. What you call a Spanish man but no legs? Gracias.
yes.
There's another few of them as well.
Loads of them. Spanish fireman, Jose.
Yeah.
Second Spanish fireman, Jose.
Yeah. And
that in,
a Spanish person leaving the hospital, Manuel. Fuck's sake.
What was that in Family Guy? G.I. Joe.
G.I. Jose.
Yeah, G.I.
Oh
Jose.
yeah. That only came into my head last night when he was selling the inflatable hammers. He was like, "You can even hit him over the head with it, but don't hit him on the head with it." Fuck's
With a
sake.
big fat belly on him and everything.
Gee, I say he's selling a cartload of stuff.
What's that loud woman up to anyway, huh? Giving out
Man,
tips.
yeah, this fucking this woman who married a pirate ghost is back again. Loud woman who married ghost offers tips on having supernatural sex. As if I need tips on having supernatural sex.
I usually give the
Every
tip.
sex I do is a supernatural.
Exactly. I usually give the tip, but then
Yeah.
I give the whole lot, you know.
The yaw,
The
the yaw
yaw.
of the penis. Give the whole entire yaw.
The girt.
Oh God, there
See
she's
if you
back
can
and
go
on that.
one podcast without making a sexual innuendo for the laugh.
Yeah, okay. In your
Can't be
endo.
done. Can't be done. So we
Yeah.
are. What do you think we are?
You
Women?
are.
Oh,
What do you think we are? Women?
Jesus. Think women don't make sexual innuendos? They do it to me all the time. Treat me like a piece of meat when I'm walking down the road anyway. Like, damn boy, you're looking fine today. I'd be like, well, just leave me alone, girls. Just trying to live my life.
I bet you've had it up to here as well with it.
I've had it up to here, yeah.
You're going to do something about it?
Yeah. Probably roundhouse kick one of them one of the days.
Lads, spiritual sex is all about being able to feel the energy. It's nothing to do with masturbation. Okay?
So she just lies on her bed and just lets the spirit come. Come to me, spirit.
She's getting her
There's
rose
a
by
no
a hairdryer,
pun
man.
intended.
That's what's happening there, like.
Yeah, she's like, I don't know, man.
Feeling the energy from the socket.
I wonder if her house is like
240 volts.
yeah.
Straight into the minge. That's what's happening there. Feel the energy. Fuck off. Is she pay as you go or she used to pay monthly or what?
Yeah, feel the pinergy. Jesus. Yeah, her house is probably haunted or something. There's some randy ghost giving her one every night. And she's like, I don't even need someone here. This is all in my head. No. You got molested by a ghost. Nah, it's fucking madness. And then she's giving tips then. Like, who wants these tips? For other women out there who are thinking of marrying pirate ghosts.
Sure, her friend apparently is dating his friend.
Oh, fuck off. This is hilarious, lads.
Oh, man.
So, like, I don't know, what kind
Go
of
back down. I
society...
want to see what she looks like, Jesus.
What kind of society do we live in where we sit around and laugh at these people? She clearly needs help, like. Like, one of the lads commented on under one of these posts on Facebook the other day and goes, that poor woman needs to be left alone in a padded cell with a nice tight jacket.
But that's
Not
the thing.
fair off, like.
30 years ago, 20 years ago, she made statements like that. She would be locked away.
Shit,
Now
back,
she's on talk shows
Go,
and
yeah.
things like that. Like,
go
come
back
on.
further, they would have fucking burnt her. Would have burnt her at the stake, like, saying that
met
she could contact the dead and all
Either
that
that
shit.
now or she would have made him walk the plank.
Fucking hell, if she could have done maths hundreds of years ago, they would have said she was a witch, like, never mind if she said she
Sure,
could contact the
that's
dead
true, yeah.
and have sex with them.
That's not even the best
witch.
part. What about her saying she had a pregnancy scare?
Did she say that?
She did.
I
It
thought
was
you were
all over
messing.
the papers.
Did
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
She had a breakfast roll one morning when she was a bit bloated, like. Fuck
Immaculate.
off, clown.
Immaculate
The
conception.
funny
was
thing
it?
about it is, like, she never seen him coming, like.
Yeah. Fucking hell, man.
They're snaky, them ghosts. man.
Aren't they now?
They're snaky fuckers, man.
Sneaky, sneaky.
Huh?
Yeah,
In and out
actually,
and
there
gone,
was-
man. You wouldn't even know.
What was it you
Huh?
said? He forgot to wear the patch?
Yeah. Watch you. Make sure you put a patch on that. Fuck's sake.
I'm not taking anything.
Oh, man.
She's been on it now for the last 3 episodes, man.
She's famous.
It's funny. And she's been on Loose Women and all.
Go away.
Yeah. And there was about 10 people in the panel all asking her and slagging her and joking with her, and she was still,
Yeah. I watched a few seconds of one of her videos and she was saying, like, why do people find this so hard to get their head around and all? People believe in God. If you can believe in God, then you can believe in this and all this shit, like.
But it's the people who don't believe in God that are taking the piss out of her, like.
Yeah.
No, people who even believe in God are taking the piss out of her.
George,
man.
yeah.
Even the Pope is having a laugh at this one.
The people who do believe in
No,
God
I don't
aren't
seem so
fucking-
crazy. He's saying things like-
The people who do believe in God aren't saying that they're having sex with him. Like, there's a big difference.
Exactly.
And getting married.
They
and-
kind of are, though.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, nuns are saying they're
none.
married to Jesus,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
that's in
Can ride them all they want.
Symbolic
Jesus
way.
is a pimp, isn't he? How many
Is
viewers
it?
has he
I
now?
know, yeah.
Oh, man.
He's got hoes all over the world. Like,
I like to imagine my Jesus in a purple mink coat with
Yeah.
a cane and a white hat
yeah.
and a lot of rings.
With the pimp socks
Yeah.
and the pimp shoes.
Yeah, tell me more. Sounds good.
You know what I'm saying?
Do you know what I am saying?
I like
Does
to
he
imagine
have a bottom bitch? Mary's just his bottom bitch.
Yeah. I have a lot of girlfriends. Yeah, Mary's just my bottom bitch.
I've got nuns.
Mary
That's
Magdalene.
why so Mary Magdalene so give up prostitution was to be his bottom bitch.
Yeah.
She was making too much money anyway, man. Do you know what I mean? Fuck that.
Mm.
Now she can actually ride somebody and love it. Do you know what I mean? For love, like.
Mm.
She's got all the money in the world.
Feel
Got all the
feel
fish and bread she
spirit.
wants.
And,
Oh, God's
Jesus
sake.
has all the fish as well.
When I see her wardrobe is full of sandals, man. Plenty of money on sandals. Sandals and curtains. But she wears the curtains, like.
She has a fetish. Oh, who have we here? Farmer believes this massive poster of a porn star in his field has boosted his crops.
Well, my carrot has already risen. I know.
My carrot. Fuck's sake. A farmer has
What's wrong, Joe?
where is he? Farmers put up a poster of a porn star in his field to keep his crops safe.
India.
Oh, for God's sake! Oh, to keep them safe. What's that? Is it stopping people from going in there or something?
It's like a scarecrow kind of thing.
Yeah, but it's a porn star, a naked porn star, a scare slut.
Scare whore.
Oh my God, she's got STDs.
What? Yeah. Oh, fucking hell.
Yeah.
Boosted his crops.
Won't be long now when the fuck. Jeez, she's an Indian one as well. Oh,
That's Sunny
Lordy,
Leone.
fuck me.
What's her name?
Yeah.
What's her name, Jude? Sunny.
No
side
idea.
up.
Don't be acting like you don't know.
Sonny Ganji.
Farmer says he has the use of boob power has worked.
Boob power.
Yeah.
Diddy power.
See them there? Yeah.
Diddies. Them ones. Throw them. Yeah, I don't
Coming
know.
up
Man.
on the front.
How in the name of fuck like is that? What's it doing like? Who's it keeping away? I don't get it.
Gay crows.
It probably has. It's like it got rid of all the birds, but now I have all these perverts wanking in my field.
Good fertilizer, though. Good fertilizer.
Probably. I don't know. Yeah. Did I fucking have you seen this shit this week? Actually, UCD above in Dublin, obviously, they've introduced a lot of gender fluid and gender neutral bathrooms. They're after opening a shitload of them.
Gender neutral.
Forgot about that.
I am
earlier
on board with that idea.
Yeah. So you can just share one with the women.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I am on board.
I don't get like this gender neutral shit, like where they're like they're trying to say like that I'm not male or female, or this gender fluid is like
Guess what's coming out of my penis?
sometimes sometimes I feel like I'm a man, sometimes I feel like I'm a woman, and the switch in between them.
Yeah.
So one day he could go into
Like
the
a
men's toilets,
jellyfish,
the next day he goes into the women's toilets. I feel like I'm a woman today.
Holy fuck off.
Like, that's a bit fucking weird, like, isn't it?
We'll try it out anyway and see what happens.
If
We'll try it
anyone
out
is
for a couple of
listening,
weeks.
get
It's
over
just
yourselves,
like-
will you?
Men now can go into the toilet with women, like in this college. That's dodgy enough, like, with men like you around. Here it is now. UCD to redesignate more than 170 toilets as gender neutral. How many fucking toilets do they have, man? UCD must be huge.
I fucking hate people, lads. I swear to God.
Gender neutral toilets, look. This like, what does that say on the sign? All something, all gender,
All gender restrooms.
all gender restrooms. Jesus Christ. How is there two men though? It's like a woman, a man, and a person in a wheelchair.
No, there's a man. The third one is a man with half a skirt on.
Oh, you're having a laugh.
Yeah.
It's not, is it?
Yeah.
Is that called a mini skirt?
Ah. I just don't know, man. Like this whole fucking
I hate people, man.
all this transgender
hate
shit
them,
that's
man.
going on, like, fair enough. I think like there are people out there that really are transgender and whatever. But I think there's an awful lot of fucking weirdos out there just looking for notice as well.
Yeah.
Like I'm actually fluid. I'm not actually male or female.
Why are you putting on an American accent?
Because that's what they do. Have you never listened to these pricks?
They set the bar. It was them who set the bar up here. Now everyone is jumping on board.
Yeah, I don't know what to make of it, man. Like
Fuck you, Caitlyn Jenner.
I've listened to a lot of stuff. Like there's a fella called Ben Shapiro. He goes around giving talks and all on this kind of stuff. He talks about everything, but he says like a few years ago, like this whole transgender was recognized as a psychological disorder, as gender dysphoria. Do you know what I mean? These people would have been diagnosed with gender dysphoria. Said this person's brain isn't working properly. This is a man who thinks he's a woman. We need to help him. Blah blah blah. But these days we're like, oh yeah, go on, put on a dress and wear a wig. You're great, aren't you? Fantastic. Do you know? He's like, we're not helping these people. Like when it's
Was that something
it's a
Hitler done
condition.
as well, didn't he?
What he do?
Hitler, he
Put on a
helped them
dress.
as well, didn't he?
He what?
He helped them as well, didn't he?
Did he?
Oh,
Get
and
to
he
the gas
lovely.
chamber.
Yeah, oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah, Hitler wouldn't have fucked about with shit like that now at all, I'd say. But I don't know, like, how the fuck do you know what's the right thing to do? Should these people be given medical treatment, or should it just be told, like, yeah, wear a dress if you want, you're
Yeah.
flying, there's nothing wrong with you?
Is there treatment there from?
Probably, I suppose. I don't know, surely, like, they can fucking rebalance your hormone levels and shit like that. Because I'm guessing, like, a lot of it is, like, a man that has way too much estrogen in his system anyway, for a start. Makes him very camp and female and shit, like. Do you know?
He's
So
well schooled
just-
on, isn't he?
Yeah, but like that's what it is. Like
That's what it is,
that's
man.
the female hormone. Like, and then
the thing.
testosterone is the main
Yeah,
hormone.
I know.
That's why you see women there that have a bit too much testosterone. They have a dodgy tash. Do you know what I mean?
I don't
If
care.
they had
They have
more and more
They have a clitoris
testosterone.
that looks like a penis.
Here's the best way to sort it out. When you look in the mirror, and if you look like a man, you're a man. If you look like a woman, you're a woman.
But they don't
Simple as.
believe
I can't
that.
believe he just solved it. Nothing to worry about,
Isn't it
lads.
so simple? isn't it?
Crisis solved.
Nah,
Nothing to worry about.
I don't know, man. Could you imagine it though, being born like that, like where you're fucking looking at a man in the mirror and you're like, this is all wrong. I'm supposed to be a woman. Jesus Christ. Must be hell, is it?
I don't know. You tell me. You seem to have done the research on it. So
I do
obviously
research
you're
on
having-
most things, man.
Obviously, you're having confused feelings. Like,
No, I do
you wanna
research
share?
on most things. Do you want to talk about something else? See how much I know. I listen to an awful lot of lectures and talks and all that jazz, you know.
Oh, is
So
that all the jazz as well.
do
yeah.
a lot of reading.
You don't like jazz.
Yeah.
Ah, well.
That's kind of a giveaway. And even he said all that jazz, you know.
Yeah, I don't know though, man. It's a
Lectures
funny
on
one,
jazz?
like it's like say like if a man says like, oh, I feel like I'm a woman on the inside, blah blah blah, and everyone should go, okay, fair play to you, you're very brave for coming out, put on a dress and do whatever you want.
Stunning and brave.
What if he says like, I feel like I'm stunning and brave? What if he says I feel like I'm a horse? Should you still go, fair play to you? You definitely are a horse, and don't let anyone tell you you're not a horse.
Trans species.
Yeah,
I was reading.
that's going on now.
It
like,
is going
so,
on.
Like,
There's a few of them,
I
man.
actually identify as a reptile, so I'm getting all my skin tattooed green, and I'm
Yeah.
getting horns put in my head and all this shit, and splitting my
Where
tongue
does
in
it
half.
end, like?
So are you supposed to say to those people, you're dead right, you definitely were supposed to be a reptile. Don't let anyone tell you any different. And then give him a Reptile of the Year award. Put him on the cover of fucking
Erectile of the year.
I don't know, man. It's very strange, like, isn't it? Look
No,
at these fuckers, like, what is that? Transgender woman goes
Really?
full Game of Thrones.
I miss the days when people would have been too afraid to admit shit like that. You know that?
Yeah.
I think there were better times
I
where
don't
people
know.
just suffered in silence.
That fella died of a heart attack, man. That tiger.
Yeah, look at what he did to himself. Like, is he normal then? Like, you're supposed to say to him, like, okay, there's nothing wrong with you. You don't need any help. You were definitely meant to be a tiger.
He did. He watched Rocky too much. He listened to that song,
Sure.
The Eye of the Tiger.
The next thing now is these these people are going to be fucking these people are going to be calling for trans species toilets next now in colleges and all, like. So it's going to be like male, female, transgender, disabled, and animals.
Yeah, and their
And reptiles.
cafeterias. And cafeterias will be normal, barn, swimming pool.
Wall, bag of coal, litter box, bush, tree, pick or choose.
Fucking hell, man.
I don't know, man. It's just like, I know it's not the same thing, like, but it's all like, how, I don't know.
It was like
do
South
you do?
Park when his father wanted to become a dolphin. Do you
Oh, that was brilliant,
Yeah.
episode, man. Negroplasty.
remember? Yeah. And then dolphin plasty as well, wasn't
Oh,
it? or something?
The man's
Oh.
testicle in Kyle's knees and they exploded. I don't know, man. It was just weird, but I found that it was a good episode, but I found it very disturbing to watch. I felt like it hurt me to watch it.
Come closer to the microphone.
It hurt me to watch it.
But why?
I don't know.
Why are you feeling
Jesus.
like this?
I know, yeah.
I don't know, man. I just didn't like it. There was something about it.
It was a bit weird, alright, yeah, but he was just kind of transforming and shit, and he looked looked like he was in pain all the time.
Yeah, that's
But
it.
he's
That's
like, I'm
that
fine.
Might, that might be it, yeah.
You could empathise with him, could you?
Yeah.
Maybe
'Cause
that's what
I
it
had a
was.
dream one time that I was turning into a shark, and I woke up when the fin was busting through my back. Just a little bit of information there for you. It's a dream I had
It's
one
like
time.
last night when I was dreaming about chickens and I woke up this morning with a cock in my hand.
I had a dream the other night I was eating a massive marshmallow and I woke up, I couldn't find my pillow. Yeah.
The dream
Yeah.
I went swimming.
Yeah.
And,
Woke up drowned in piss.
Yeah.
Was that your excuse?
I wasn't even drinking the night before. it happened.
Yeah. The Olympics have been invaded by a streaker wearing nothing but a tutu and a monkey penis pouch. Monkey penis
I
pouch.
don't know what the fuck that is. Man.
And he has peace and love drawn on his torso. At least he's spreading the right message anyway.
Yeah.
You know?
But it should. Is it the right
Peace
message?
and
though?
love. Yeah. Peace and love? You think
Peace should say peace and acceptance for transgenders.
Isn't love kind of a form of acceptance of everyone? If you love everyone.
I don't know about that, no man.
Promoting peace and love, but creating like anarchy.
There he is.
Maar ik voel, oké, dat zit er gewoon in. Maar de eerste stap...
Is that him there coming in? It is not, eh?
Where? Oh,
Er
yeah.
hadden zoveel jongens ingestaan en ik dacht, ik sta
Oh,
niet goed,
flat
ik sta niet
me
goed.
there,
Toen was
no.
dat vals. Nou, godzijdank. En toen,
Tearaway
de
pen.
tweede was ik echt een zenuwen gieren door mijn lijf, maar...
But he wasn't ready.
elke
He wasn't ready. He's not
That
wearing the
didn't go
right
off the blood.
shoes. He's not wearing the right shoes. He's supposed to have them shoes with the blades in the bottom.
His parents told him that he would be in the Olympics someday. And there
Yeah.
we go.
That's what happens.
No, they didn't tell
You need
him.
to be
He
realistic
told
with your
them.
kids.
He told them, I'm going to be in the Olympics someday. And his father was saying, go away, you're only a faggot.
Oh, Jesus.
Russell
You'll
Carey.
never be in the Olympics. He surely proved him wrong though, didn't he?
He got there in the end, fair play to him.
Oh,
He got
yeah.
there in the end. Like that ad there for a while. Do you remember the young fella was like, I dreamed of going to Vegas. I thought he was going to be a boxer.
Pot noodle.
And he was like, he was a ring girl at the end. All his family watching it. Yeah, there he is. Fuck's sake. Who's this now? What's his name again?
Owen Wilson.
Owen Wilson.
Wow.
Jude's favourite actor.
Oh, stop.
People are planning a flash mob to say, wow, like Owen Wilson. Fuck off.
I want to be there.
Yeah.
Why do you
I
like
can say
him?
wow.
He's only taking the piss.
I know he is.
I think
really
Jude
asking
is,
why do you
this is-
dislike him?
I think Jude is a
You
fan
go,
of his
yeah.
rock hard abs.
Yeah.
Was that him? Wasn't it?
No, it's Matthew McConaughey.
Oh, right. Yeah, same thing. Jesus.
What does Ellen have to say about the whole situation with the big equality
It's
head now?
true she's 60.
Probably.
Women were putting it up the other day saying, this is what you look like when you're 60 when you don't let a man ruin your life.
Probably very, very true. Surely, God, Jesus, I don't know. She's been putting up with women, like, so.
I know, yeah.
Year one, she was with as a cracker as well.
Portia
She
de
was back
Rossi,
in the-
yeah.
Fucking hell. What was that show she was in?
Neighbours? She's Aussie anyway.
No, Frasier or something, wasn't it? Oh, fuck, I can't remember. She was in some show there for years, that Portia one.
I don't keep up.
That's
with
not her real
celebrity
name
current
either.
Affairs, I know.
No, probably not.
No, it's Josephine O'Connell.
Her name was actually Fiesta. She wasn't happy with that for some reason, so she changed it to Portia. Yeah. What have you here, Mike?
This is the men's curling team, and they got presented with medals as said it was the women's curling team.
Oh, for God's sake. Oh, Jesus. Well, see, maybe they identify as women. What can you do? You can't tell them they're not.
They're
That's-
good with brushes, like, you know.
Yeah. Oh. See, that's the Olympics now being
was high.
discriminatory against these transgender
It
women.
was the US curling team.
They're beautiful, brave women. They might look like men, but you can't tell them that they're not women. Yeah, I saw, like, wasn't it the Russian team as well? The Russian curling team. They got busted for steroids. I was like, why the fuck do you need steroids to just push that down a bit of ice?
And to brush the floor.
Yeah.
Actually,
Jesus.
it was the cleanest
Juiced up
floor in
the
Russia
bed.
anyway.
I
So.
know, yeah. They would have went through the whole of Moscow.
One of those ones, like, where when the house is done, like, they're outside doing the footpath and the road outside the house and everything with the brush.
Yeah. Hoovering the fucking footpath.
Yeah.
Sneaky Russians.
Oh, man.
Commie bastards.
I'm watching a film there, The Death of Stalin, new one out. Very good, man. How they were all sneaky and in fear of their lives. And oh, man, I wouldn't like to live in them times back then, boy, with them. Fucking hell.
Crazy bastards.
They're all just waiting. They're all waiting to be put on a list to be told you're going to be killed, like, for no reason at all.
Crazy shit.
Yeah.
Crazy shit.
Job from.
Calvin car dealer finds terrifyingly large spider inside newly delivered vehicle. Why the fuck is that news? Like, fella found a spider.
It's to
Might be,
deflect.
big.
might be a venomous spider.
Size of the
native,
cunt.
like.
That
They just
is
said he was
news to deflect you away from the real shit that's
Yeah,
happening in
that's
the
what's
world.
happening.
Oh, yeah.
War and rape and murder
Yeah,
in,
exactly,
in
yeah.
Portlaoise.
Like the fact that they're trying to put up the price of diesel now. Have you seen this? You
Heard about
this?
this?
No.
That's
This-
that Dennis
this'll affect
O'Brien
me and
prick,
Mikey.
is it?
It's fucking man. Like, they're so transparent these days. They come out with all this shit about the environment and how diesel cars are so bad and blah blah blah. Got on and on about this for a while before they mentioned anything about the price. Like, and it's straight away as soon as I heard them talking about diesel cars, I was like, they're trying to put up the price of diesel. So they just paint this big bad picture of diesel cars that the fumes make people sick, and we were all told a lot of lies about how great diesel cars were, and we were all hoodwinked into buying diesel cars. We shouldn't have bought them. All this shit. And like, give no real reason why we shouldn't have bought them. They just keep putting this across, and then eventually, well, one of the proposals now is that maybe they'll put the price of diesel up to match the price of petrol. So the price of diesel is going to go up around 13 cents per litre. Which
Is
a
it cheaper than
fair
petrol
jump up.
anyway, is it?
Yeah. It's about 13 cents roughly cheaper per litre.
Is that
than
why you
petrol.
drive a hybrid? because you
Yeah.
like to be part of the.
I'm just trying to be part of the solution,
Not
not
the
the problem.
Yeah.
Even though I'm making
Hey.
Somebody
those.
get a glass there for his farts.
Yeah, that was on last night. Thanks.
Thanks. Yeah.
Yeah.
The smug. The smug along
George
there.
Clooney's acceptance speech, is it? Most sexiest man on the planet.
The best one was when he wrote the song to get everyone to drive hybrids, and then the Ranger fella comes on. See what your gay little song has done.
What's this shit about
Carl Pilkington.
why is Carl Pilkington there? Like this
I know,
is
yeah.
like this incredibly basic police sketch somehow resulted in a suspect being identified, and it wasn't Carl Pilkington. So why is he up there? There must have been some part of the story that we missed. Like this
No,
is
Someone
random.
just thought it was looked like Carl Pilkington.
Oh, fuck's sake.
I can't stand that prick, man.
You don't like him,
I
no?
don't like him at all.
Ah, I think he's funny.
Is this the fella I was
This
supposed
is the
to be?
fella that they caught then. He has a serious
Fucking
fringe.
hell. You'd play a game of handball off that forward, wouldn't you? Jesus. You don't even know where the forward ends, look.
Who the fuck did that
I
sketch?
can't
like?
tell if he's a big forehead or he's gone bald.
Could you imagine, like, the witness or whatever was brought into the police station and sat down with the professional
artist,
sketch
yeah.
artist and he gave all the details, and then at the end he turned around that thing. So I think I've got it. Tell me if this looks anything like the guy you saw. Like, what the fuck? Where'd you get that shit from?
You know what that was? No, the police were too lazy, so they just told the 11-year-old child, draw your own sketch there and we'll come back to you.
Cutbacks in the office. See,
He
the
looks,
government again.
He looks a bit Eastern European, eh?
I don't know.
I don't know, I'd have to see his shoes.
Yeah.
Is he wearing Pumas?
Pumas.
Why is that to get up and go of him, is it?
That's right. Like when the Polish people first started coming over here, Polish and Latvians and Lithuanians and all, like I could never tell because they were Caucasian, but I always could tell by what shoes they were wearing. It was always Pumas, like
What the fuck?
Puma running shoes, man. I swear to God, they all had the same shoes.
Why is that like?
I have no clue, man. I still ask myself that question every day.
Probably cheaper, I suppose, are they? Or are they?
I don't know if
Are
they're cheap.
Puma
or not.
cheap?
I don't know, but they weren't wearing TNs anyway.
Who the fuck buys Puma, in fairness? How are they still around? I can't remember the
I'm
last
wearing
time.
Puma, no.
No way.
I'm wearing Puma pants, like.
Pants, yeah. Puma pants.
Puma pants.
Ah, Puma pants. Which I don't.
Because I like to run.
You like to run?
I like to run every day.
Why are you wearing a tracksuit? You're not going to the track.
I like to run. So do I, so do I.
Seems we're advertising them.
Puma.
Puma as well? Fucking hell, man. I must obviously not be noticing it because I was thinking I can't remember the last time I saw someone
It's
wearing
making a
Puma.
comeback.
Puma.
This is my comeback, girl.
That's
This is my
another
comeback.
contribution the Polish made to Irish society.
Jude is wearing his comeback pants.
My army comeback pants.
I can't see it.
What?
Trying to get a look at your
What
pants.
about that? Rush Hour 4.
Oh yeah, that's the matching pants off his top.
I know, do you want the jumper?
Lads,
Yeah.
look at it.
Well,
The old-
I never.
Oh, you would be baiting him off you with a stick.
Are they?
Yeah,
Where'd you get the
they're twins.
A sports shop. I don't mention
Yeah.
names, you know.
Oh, what's this, man? Chris Tucker confirms that Rush Hour 4 is definitely happening.
Oh, man.
Whoa, this is big news.
It is big news, yeah.
Ah.
I don't think Sylvester Stallone will like this with the amount of Rockies he's come up with.
Did you see that fucking rumor during the week as well that he was dead? And then he tweeted, "I'm not dead."
Yeah,
Like-
you can't believe that tweet though.
Who starts this shit? Like, maybe it was his ghost, a ghost tweet.
His ghost.
Ghosts are real, like, you know, they can get married and everything now. So they can probably use Twitter as well. Yeah, Rush Hour 4. What's your
I
man?
can't imagine it being funny, like Chris Tucker.
Yeah, but what's your man's name?
Chan.
Is that Jackie Chan?
Yeah.
Who's the other person I'm thinking of then? Is Jet Li, is it?
Jet Li, yeah.
He's
How
in
the
Lethal
fuck
Weapon
did
4.
I get Jackie Chan mixed up with someone else?
Lethal Weapon 4.
Because they look exactly alike.
Because they're both Chinamen.
Are they?
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't notice.
What
I
was I
don't.
reading
I
the
don't
other
see.
day?
New
I don't
Bruce
see
Lee
color.
movie out. Birth of a Dragon.
I saw that. Yeah.
I watched it yesterday.
That's
Supposed
what
to
I,
be.
Okay.
what I was reading the other day, man. Fucking every Jackie Chan movie, no insurance crowd will touch him
Oh, yeah.
because of his own stunts and so if anything happens to anybody on set, he has to pay out of his own pocket.
It's not
Ah.
only that as well, a lot died on these sets as well. A lot of stuntmen.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Read it up.
You see, would you ever watch the bloopers at the end of his films? You see him trying all the stunts and getting busted up.
Yeah.
He's fucking falling off
But
everything.
even at the end of a few of his movies, you see lads being taken away in the body bags. But apparently he looks after the families really well.
Oh, well, that's all right, so.
Oh, is this? Okay.
I'm sorry your son has died. Would you like a Skoda Octavia?
Yeah. We don't miss Johnny now. We have $10 a week.
The $10 really helps. Oh,
That's a lot of money. A lot of money.
That's a lot of rice.
That's
a lot of money to
them.
A lot of money in that country.
That's American dollars.
I tell you, lads, you have the system in China. Like, say if you marry a woman, say you get married in, and you have to take care of your parents and her parents. There's no old age pension or not like that.
Yeah.
Then you're allowed to have 2 kids. So I think it's the 442 system or something like that.
What's the 442 guys? So what's, you know?
It's something like that.
What's
I don't
that
know.
like?
That's where the foreign one comes from.
Fucking
Scary Mary.
madness, isn't it? That many people crammed into a
Yeah.
house, like.
Yeah. Like over in China,
China
they
don't give a
have
fuck.
3 different seasons in 1 year. It's so big. Like they've 3 different, like, you know, it could be like winter in one part and sunny in another.
Oh,
part
in
of
different
things.
areas of
Yeah,
China, like.
yeah.
They have 3 seasons in 1 year, you said.
Yeah.
Fucking lunatic.
How did I?
The place is so big, they actually have 3 seasons in
Yeah.
1 year.
What was that about Jeremy Kyle? I hate his face, man.
You love Jeremy Kyle.
No, man.
Jeremy Kyle, Jeremy Kyle.
Fuck Jeremy Kyle.
The kids at
What?
school make fun of you? Do they laugh and point and go, "Whoa, what the hell is that?" Like,
Grandpa Kyle, TV presenter Jeremy Kyle to be a grandfather and is over the moon. Fucking Christ.
he'll have his fucking.
And he's going to have the daughter on to do a fucking
Yeah.
pregnancy
He'd
test.
he'd be inside in the hospital, like when she's having the child, screaming at her boyfriend, "Why don't you put something on the end of it?"
Jeremy Kyle's father should have put something on
What
the end
kind of man are you?
Yeah. Were you smoking marijuana? You're doing nothing but smoking cannabis. How are you going to look after a child? Fuck off, man.
Why,
No harm, like,
why
was-
do people go on the show like?
I know, yeah.
I don't understand it. Just to get roared at by that spastic.
They must be really stuck for money, like, you know, to get these DNA tests done and shit like that.
When
I
was
don't even think it's that expensive, is it?
I don't know. When I was coming home from Thailand, anyway, man.
You're miles away.
When I was coming home from Thailand, I stopping over. I flew from Thailand to Sweden and then Sweden to Manchester. I'd stop in Manchester overnight. I stayed in the airport. I got off the plane then, and I was going out for a smoke, and this family came walking out, and every one of them had a pair of tracksuit on, you know. And I was thinking to myself, they must be going to the fucking Jeremy Kyle show. But I thought it was in fucking London. I thought they were getting a fucking flight from to Manchester to London. But apparently the Jeremy Kyle show is in Manchester. I never know that. Like, they must have been going to the Jeremy Kyle show with the tracksuits on.
Who was this like about that? Lee Evans. Getting on a
tracksuit
plane.
family.
Yeah, then the tracksuit family comes on. the wife with Juicy written across her arse or something like
Yeah.
that.
Oh, man.
Superfly.
Another brand that got hijacked, Juicy.
Yeah,
Started off as like a kind of a high-end brand, and then all of a sudden, no,
yeah. The minute
can't be the ones.
the chavs ruined it.
Yeah.
Another thing.
Hijacked. Fucking hell. What's this now? What a cheek. Loose women's Denise Van Outen strips to a tongue for non-surgical bum lift. Thought she'd
Fuck
be
off
getting
and get a life,
Thought she
will
was
you?
getting a tattoo on her arse
I
there for a
know.
second. It is. Look at
Is
this.
that
like-
ours?
Oh, now he's interested.
No, you're up on
Now he's interested, huh?
I'd Van Houten that.
Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? Like,
You know what I mean? Oh man, he
wrong
makes the
with you?
best,
You'll
best
become
sexual
anything
innuendos.
sexual, what you want walking
Man,
up
I'm
the
a
road?
red-blooded man, Jude.
What's the one walking up the road? I'd walk on up the road. Anything at all, like. Your one's using a fork there, teeth in it. Fucking fork, all I want.
Oh,
She's on the Irish version of Britain's Got Talent. She's on
Ireland's Got Talent.
Yeah.
The Irish version of Britain's Got Talent.
It's not even called Ireland's Got Talent. It's
Don't know
like,
what they
we're,
call it.
we're looking to see if Ireland has talent. That's the name of the show.
That mustn't be doing very well anyway. I haven't heard anything about it.
Oh,
not
I think I watched the first episode and then completely forgot about it. And I haven't seen anything online or anything like.
Nah.
There's no big breakthrough stars. I remember there was a fella playing the spoons, alright. Wasn't it her that got up and played the spoons then, was it?
Yeah, because she said
Her grandfather used to play them or
grandfather was
something.
sure, yeah.
He was a spooner, was he?
Fucking playing the
I'd
spoons.
spoon her.
Oh, Jesus.
I'd Van Houten her, like. How
Would
do
you
you,
like
how
to
do
be
you Van
spoonered?
Houten someone?
He'll figure it out. Don't worry about that.
Millhouse Van Houten?
I'll find a way. Van Houten.
Is she fucking Dutch or what?
I don't know.
Isn't that a Dutch name?
Say it is, yeah.
Is it?
Van would be, yeah.
Van. What's that?
Van der Sar.
What about Van Damme?
Van Gogh. Van Damme.
French, no?
French,
Was he actually French or French Canadian?
Jean-Claude Van Damme?
Yeah.
Canadian, yeah.
I don't know.
Was he French or was he Belgian?
Did he actually do ballet? That was another rumour that he started off doing ballet and that's how he was so good at stretching his legs and all that shit. That's how he could do the splits.
Do you know what? I'm going to have to Google that shit.
No Googling.
No Googling.
What's this now? Nick Knack. Oh,
Paddy
Right,
Whack.
I read it
She
from-
gives my dog a bone. How about you, Russell?
Nick Whack Paddy back. What the fuck? Paddy McGuinness'
Thanks,
wife,
Jude.
Christine, gives him another chance after spending cozy night with Nicole Appleton. Oh, Paddy McGuinness is
Tell her.
acting the bollocks, is he?
She's a good wife, isn't she?
Fair play to her.
She knows her place.
She stood by her man.
Stood by it.
She stood by her man and his wallet.
Belgian.
Yeah.
He's from Belgium.
He's from Belgium.
Mm.
So, what language did he speak there? Belgian?
Flemish.
Flemish?
But they speak French as well, though.
Yeah, like he definitely speaks French, like, doesn't he?
Speak
Yeah.
French, Flemish, and German in Belgium.
He was the man back in the day, in fairness. Van Damme.
Bloodsport was
Ah,
some
man.
film, man.
Fucking loved those
What was the
movies,
film I was
all of
watching
them.
last night with him in it? Double Impact, is it?
Yeah.
Was that him? Plays
He's-
twins or something
yeah,
like that.
yeah.
I couldn't watch it today, no. The fact that you said you watched it last night, I could understand when we were growing
was
up
only
in the
thinking
late
of it.
80s and early 90s.
I was only thinking of it not long ago that I'd love to actually go back and watch those movies.
But
now
I'd
and see
watch
what I think.
Bloodsport again, like.
Bloodsport was
Well,
cool.
Bloodsport,
and Kickboxer.
AWOL's
Wasn't-
not too bad. I haven't seen that in years.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Universal Soldier, remember that? No?
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
a very good film.
That's the one I was trying to think of there a second ago. That was with Dolph Lundgren, wasn't it?
Yeah.
He was collecting people's ears on a fucking string around his neck. It's a bit extreme, like when I was only 6 watching it. But
That's
sure,
what happens when you don't listen to him, you see.
he takes your ears.
Takes your ears so you can't listen to
Then
anybody.
like, hello. Show
Can you hear me now?
Fucking hell.
Who's that?
Why have abs when you can have kebabs?
Who's that one advertising for Trocra, is it?
That's Paddy McGuinness' wife, is it?
You want to go and feed her, wouldn't he? For God's sake. Jesus
Yes,
Christ.
doesn't it pick on you? Would you not have an old hang
Fucking hell,
sandwich?
look at her. And she's young girls look at that then. Oh look, 1 minute. No.
Jesus. He sees a pair of tits by everything's
him,
out
yeah.
the window. Could you imagine making someone
Is
like
that
him T-shirt?
comparison or what?
Some sort of bobbles now, in
I think they're
fairness.
just
One is the
showing-
wife and the other's the bit in the side, is it, Mikey?
Oh, I think that's the same girl.
Is it?
Couldn't
Yeah.
be, man.
I think it is it?
Couldn't be.
Oh, man.
This one here is like a leukemia fucking patient. Will you stop staring at her?
Yeah, come on.
Yeah, I don't know.
Can we cut to a commercial?
She's on the skinny side, alright.
That's disgusting, boys. Look.
But they think that's great. They love that, like, I don't know.
Size 0.
Yeah.
I don't know where they ever got that idea from, like, that's
Size minus
attractive.
40.
Young girls then are looking at that, then
Yeah.
wanting to be like
There's
that.
an awful lot of young girls that think like that. Being as
Yeah.
skinny as possible is the way to go, like.
Have you seen?
And like, fair enough, if you're born fucking skinny and you're skinny, whatever. They're like, skinny girls are attractive.
He's
too,
only
but
saying that now
I'm talking
because he's
about-
born skinny. Now you can add a pile of
I'm
shite
talking
and not
about
put on pound
girls
of weight.
there, yeah, but I'm talking about like if that's the way you look. But I'm saying for women who don't look that way naturally and they're putting themselves in serious pressure to try and cut all that weight and it's not healthy for them. Like,
Sick of this body shaming.
yeah,
Know what I mean?
sick
I'm a
of them.
baldy fat man, like, you know what I mean?
And I'm beautiful.
and I don't care.
Yeah,
Because I don't try to be somebody else. I be myself.
yeah, you tell them.
You tell him.
You go, girl. That's what I'm told every day then.
Yeah,
You
and
go.
keep fucking
You keep your head chin up now, love. Don't listen to no strangers.
nothing but snakes and rats on this thing, hon.
Oh, stop.
DM me.
Yeah,
Love your
doll.
top pennies, hon.
DM me. Oh god.
DM me, love. Oh, I know that. No,
Do
but
you-
yeah, oh man, that annoys the shit out of me.
What?
I fucking be putting up a big mad status, dirty cunt and bastards. I hate every one of them. I'd fucking burn the whole lot of them. What's wrong, hon? PM.
Yeah. Or I don't want to talk about it.
I don't want to talk about it. Send your message,
Not
love.
even getting into it. No, seriously, not even worth my time. What the fuck?
Why did
just
he
wrote
even
an
put it
essay
on in
about
the
it.
first place?
Dirty snake,
Look,
bastards.
Some certain people, you know who you are.
Yeah.
Blah blah
yeah.
blah.
They
But
know who
name
they
them.
are.
Stop being a pussy about it. Name them. If that was me now, I'd tag like fucking Jude O'Doherty is a fucking prick. Just tag you.
Well, there, everyone now knows he's second now.
Everyone knows it anyway. It's about time.
It's about time, yeah.
Yeah, I just keep seeing this shit anyway, lads, about the weather is supposed to get seriously bad from Monday on, is it?
Yeah.
It's meant to like drop to below 0 and not come back up above 0 for about a week or something like that.
Third or something like that.
And we're supposed to get a lot of snow and shit like that. And
I've inside work anyway this week, so it
I
doesn't
will be
bother
just
me.
hibernating.
So if you've any old folky neighbours, make sure they're okay.
Yeah, make sure their knees don't seize up.
And I'm not saying that joking, Jude.
Yeah.
I'm saying that serious, like for once.
He's a pillar of the community after all, don't forget.
Oh, that's
Oh,
right,
yeah.
yeah. Councillor Russell
he
Carey.
works in the community,
I'm a community man
which
myself.
is a nice way of saying he hangs around corners.
Yeah. I notice all this shit hanging around the corners, you know, so somebody has to say it, like.
Fuck's sake. Yeah, emergency services prepare for Siberian freeze. Now, lads, it's not going to be an Irish freeze like this is Siberian shit.
Yeah, but what about all these big heat waves we were supposed to get and it never happened? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know. They're usually right when they say it's cold. Like,
Yeah.
that's a safe bet.
Yeah.
They're kind of being a bit hopeful when they say it's going to get hot. But when you say it's going to get cold, you can be sure it will be cold.
I'll have to buy a wig, so.
Or just buy a hat.
Don't like 'em.
Met Aaron's Joanna Donnelly shares photo of one of the bluest weather charts for Ireland. Fuck, man, look at that. That's the weather chart for Ireland. The whole country is blue.
I know, yeah, Limerick doesn't look too bad. Like
There is no breeze, no warm breeze
Usually
coming
Paddy's Day, anyway, the whole country's blue anyway, so what's the difference?
in. Blue shampoo.
That is the. I got
Ah,
to Dublin
fuck it,
for
yeah.
the
That's not-
American friends over.
You're what? Going to Dublin?
Mm.
Paddy's Day? Mental up there, I'd say. I
Yeah.
hate even got out
Yeah,
Paddy's
his
Day.
American friends are over, like.
Oh,
So
yeah.
what, like?
We're supposed to be impressed
Are
by
we,
your
I
American
know,
friends.
yeah.
Family
No,
is
we're
there
real
in the
friends.
States, like she's coming over with her son. Her son's already up in Barcelona.
He's in a state.
Yeah.
What
Never
state's
be.
he in?
Never been to America, but I've been in some states.
I don't know, lads. Wrap up. What else is going on there, Mike? What was it? We were supposed to. There was something we were meant to talk about there a while ago. No, gone. Mikey has about 49 tabs open.
Another of the benzo type.
Yeah, there's Sylvester Stallone. Look, probably about the fact that he died and didn't die. Yeah, he isn't dead. His brother Frank hits out at sick demented trolls. No.
For spreading death rumors. Yeah, Frank below, you can't wait until he dies so you get his money.
I'm saying that about my famous rich
That's
brother.
why he hit out.
He didn't
thought
die.
he thought he had the money, and then all of a sudden he wasn't dead.
He's not dead yet.
He got my hopes up, he
These
bastards.
sick demented trolls.
Yeah.
You know well I'm his next of kin. Don't be fucking spreading rumours like that.
Dude, can you do a Rocky?
Hey, yo.
Yeah, that's the way you reckon.
It's like, oh, thank God he's all right. He doesn't sound all right now. That's the way he always sounds. Hey, yo.
Maybe they thought he was dead over all the plastic surgery and that he's getting.
He
like,
doesn't tend to get any plastic surgery. What do I know?
He's in serious shape, boy, for a man his age, isn't he?
He's in his 70s, is
He's
he?
ripped. He's must be close to it anyway. I couldn't believe what's his name was in his 70s. Chuck Norris. He's well into it, but a good few years ago I found out he was in his 70s. Like, he must be. Wow. It's Will Smith's
Jaden Smith, I think, is it?
young fella.
Yeah.
What the fuck's he doing?
I don't know. He's on the way to the fucking gender neutral toilet anyway.
Oh, man.
His mother was a tasty bit of stuff, wasn't she?
Oh, she was, man. Do you know who's a cracker as well? What's her name? Zoe Salander, is it? She's in Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh, I think I know the one you're talking
Blondie
about.
one.
She's in. No, she's black.
I don't
Latina,
look at colour.
I'd say she's
Very light skinned.
She's light skinned black, yeah. But
What's her surname again?
Salander or yeah, that
Yeah,
one.
that's her there, is
Yeah,
it?
yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
She's fit, man.
Yeah, no, I was thinking of a different one.
Do you know some bird as well, and it keeps coming up on the Netflix ads? The one in Orange is the New Black. The Mexican one and that. The
Oh, yeah.
Latina one.
The one she's limping. That one.
No, she's
Yeah, but like besides that, she's also a very successful actor. Like,
is she?
you know, she does a lot of good work in the community as well. Can't just be
She did.
objectifying these women like this.
She nearly got
Judging them based
deported,
on their
didn't
looks.
she? Her and her family.
Where?
Yeah, they were there illegally or something like that. Someone was on the nose about it.
And she didn't keep a quiet profile, did she?
I know.
A low profile, quiet profile.
All the one anyway, man.
Huh?
Unbelievable.
Whatever you do, no,
In
keep
a
your
country
profile quiet.
illegally.
Like.
In a country illegally, and she plastered herself all over telly, like.
Anyway, I think these are conversations we
Right,
usually
Joe,
have in
that
private.
I don't ever have conversations like that. I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah. Isn't really an awful lot going on this week, is there, Mike?
What about that Project Ireland, the 2040 plan by Fine Gael? We'll talk
Yeah.
about that first.
Can't get away from that bastard.
Yeah.
It pissed me off, like, you know what I mean?
Russell for Taoiseach.
Yeah.
2040, we're in the year 2018.
Yeah.
Get to the present, like, you know what I mean? We have
See, with
things-
5 years' time now, you're going to see Russell's face all over every fucking telephone pole in fucking Ireland.
Yeah. Right, we'll get the job done unless a
number
woman
7.
walks past with a nice
And the
arse or
minute I
something.
get in-
Whoa.
I'll have about 10 skips up outside the door and we'll be fucking the rest of them into it. Just like they did in, where was it? The Ukraine, is it?
and places, yeah.
I tell you,
That was
fair play
brilliant.
to 'em.
What did they do?
They thrown the politicians into the skip.
They actually
where-
did.
that's
Like,
where you put
they
'em.
actually went in and tore them out into the street and just threw them into a bin. Brilliant.
Like, out with the rubbish.
Yeah.
Out with it.
Right job from.
You know, like they're
This
saying.
this is the thing as well, like I was saying, because it's on the news there for the last few days about this mad cold weather that we're supposed to get. That like homeless people, something needs to be done, like
Yeah.
because they will die out in that
Mm.
weather. And like, what the fuck are the government doing about it? Just warning us. Oh, it's gonna get very cold. All right,
Do you
yeah.
think they give a fuck? They're probably,
No, I don't think they
delighted.
give a fuck at
yeah,
all.
you
I'll
know.
be wearing 2 pairs of socks on my hands anyway in the morning when I go to work.
What
2
was the
pairs of
statement the Taoiseach made recently? Parents should help their kids
I
buy
am
a
not a
house.
crook.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? How can a parent help a kid buy a house when they probably have a mortgage themselves and that and barely scraping by? You know, maybe in their world,
Yeah.
their parents could help them.
They're so out of touch with reality, lads. They
I
don't give a
admit.
fuck. Like wasn't it him or was it him or Enda Kenny there not long ago as well made a statement about like a person on minimum wage in this country making 35 grand a year should have no problem to blah blah blah. And I was like, a person on minimum wage making 35, he thinks 35 grand a year is minimum
I
wage.
know.
You're a fucking way off, bud.
And that's the truth.
They haven't a clue. Like, haven't even taken. He hadn't
Minimum
even
wage is
taken the
about 18
time.
grand a year, is it?
I'd say so if you're lucky, even is
Yeah.
it
And there,
35 grand a year? Like,
there then as well, Mary Lou MacDonald, you have to give it to her, fair play
Yeah.
to her. The other day, permanent TSB were selling 20,000 mortgages to the vulture funds.
oh yeah,
And she brought it to the Dáil to get a bill. And the Taoiseach, he wasn't too happy that they knew all this information as well. It's a state body run bank. So it's the actual government who was selling it to the vulture funds.
fuck's sake.
You know what I mean? That's the type of people you're dealing with. They
Yeah.
should be brought out and shot. As simple as.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Yeah.
You know,
They are a
they're
shower of
the jokes.
scumbags, man.
Scumbags in
Like,
the word for it.
the thing that makes me laugh, like, is like there's still an awful lot of people in this country and all over the world that have this little romantic idea of the government in their head, like as
Yeah.
if there's some kind of parental figure that's
Mm.
there to look over us and they'll take care of everything. Things are going to be all right. They don't give a fuck about you.
Give a
They
bollocks.
just don't care. Like,
They're lining
Even,
their own pockets.
there a few months ago as well, but probably about a month or two ago, where they had this they had a meeting about to discuss mental health issues in Ireland, like, and like 2 or 3 people or something turned up. Most of them didn't even bother to turn up to the
Yeah.
meeting, not interested. And
know
then
why?
in the budget then as well, they voted to all this money that was supposed to be allocated towards mental health
Yeah.
and stuff like that. They voted to use it elsewhere.
Yeah.
They just don't care. And like, this is a country where depression and suicide rates are through the roof, and the government's like,
And
fuck, we
who's
spend the
causing
money
it?
somewhere else.
And who's causing the
Yeah.
suicide and depression? Them. Because
Yeah.
people have nothing to look forward to. They've no life.
They feel like shit, yeah.
Now they're talking about doing away with Susie. If you finish college,
Susie.
it's
What
a
did
grand-
Susie do? Oh, Susie.
Susie's only a bitch.
I must get on to her now, Susie.
What
But
is
it's-
that?
Have you
it's a
heard this?
it's a college grant that kids get when they go to college. But now they want to do away with that, so you get a college loan. And then by the time you finish college, like in America, you'll have student debt.
Yeah.
So, like, but you'll finish college on about fucking 60,000-70,000.
Yeah. I
You
suppose
know?
your parents are supposed to help you out with that
Oh,
as
they'll
well.
help you out with that as well, yeah.
Give you money for your lunch every day, like when
And
you were
even
back
at
in
that,
school.
then, if you have parents and they're earning good money, you're not entitled to it. Not even good money if they're earning a wage.
Yeah.
You know, so. Tell me.
they're sick. They're sick people. Like, do you know what I
Somebody
mean?
show him a pair of
I
tits there with eyes.
I know, yeah. Just before we go off the whole political issue, I think like it's going to get to the stage in this country where there will be murder on the streets because people are sick to death of it.
Yeah.
I talk to people the whole time and they're just stressed out of their head, and the government is doing nothing but making things worse.
Do you want to
They're
know?
doing nothing but like increasing your outgoings and decreasing your income. Just over and over and over. They're constantly, like I was saying a while ago, they're trying to put up the price of diesel now again as well. Every way they can, they have their hand shoved in your pocket.
When was the last time you heard of a trade union going on the street protesting? Unless it's a government thing like the buses or something like that. But any other jobs, people are afraid to speak up because they need their job.
This is what I'm saying. That won't last very long either. Like, you're seeing it there with the water meters, all that shit. Like, there was, like, if they didn't back down with that water shit, it was just going to get worse and worse and worse. Like, they were already out in the street and fighting with the guards and this and that.
Is that over and done with now, is it?
No, see, like, they kind of, they said, okay, we'll scrap it. We're not going to charge more money for water. Like,
Why?
but now they're talking about, they still want to install these water meters in everyone's homes, and they're going to have like a fair usage policy. So at the end of every year, they're going to tally up how many litres of water you used, and anyone who's using water excessively will be charged for the extra that they use. So everyone's kind of allocated, like each person might have a few hundred litres or a few thousand litres or whatever per year, and if you go above that, then you're going to be charged. Like,
Why do you think that protest worked? Because the protesters had nothing to lose. They had nothing to lose. They had fuck all to lose. So that's why it was in their interest to go out and protest. But for other things, they don't want to.
yeah.
You know?
That's what it is. Like, it's people need to get organised and just fucking stand up to this shit, like, and say we're not doing it. Like, you could tell with that water protest, like, no one was going to pay. End of story.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So the government was like, what can we do?
Businesses then and jobs, like employers and things like that, then can run amok, do what they like. The hire people, fire people, everything like that. There's nobody
No
is
permanent
safe.
contracts.
Yeah,
No,
there's
fuck
no
all.
permanent contracts. No one actually
Yeah,
feels
it's a bit
safe.
of a sorry state, man, in fairness. Like, and then you have like 3 and 4 bedroom houses being rented for 1,700 and 1,800 in Limerick, like a month. Crazy money. There's a house. Do you remember the house we lived in Oakfield before? Of Father Russell Road.
Oh, yeah.
Before we rented, like 2 doors down from that, we were paying €800 a month for that house at the time, and 2 doors down from that now, there was one just leased there recently for 1,700 a month. Exact same house, like 1,700 a month.
How long has it been to do with her? 10 years?
If you would have said,
about
if you
7 was it?
and
It's
you
just
know
before
what?
Australia, like.
If you had said 30 years,
You were in Glenbrook for a year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that was like the going rate, like around 800, 850-ish,
but see,
whatever.
if he had said they lived there 30 years ago and it was 800,
Yeah.
I'd say inflation would have jumped
Yeah,
that much
but
in
the-
30 years.
more
but
than
7
double.
years,
More than double, like.
when people didn't have nothing.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's not like wages have gone up an awful lot in the last 7 years. Like,
Yeah.
how are someone supposed to pay 1,700 for a house?
Wages went down in the last 7 years.
Yeah,
I know a girl as well. Her
no names.
I'm not going to tell her. I'm not going to say it now. But her landlord, before Christmas, she was paying 800. She got a letter in the door saying, in the new year, I'm going to be putting up the rent to 1,200 a month. €400.
Yeah.
That's
That's an
ridiculous.
extra €100 a week
Yeah.
out of somebody who's on the breadline as it
Yeah.
is.
Something badly needs to be done
See,
about that.
that's
like,
why I
it's madness.
reckon a strike, anyone privately renting, a
Mm.
strike, don't pay their rent. They can't evict everybody. The guards would have to go around to nearly
Yeah,
half the homes in Limerick alone.
but this is it. You need people to get organised. Do you know what I mean? Everyone would have to agree to that and do it and stick to
Yeah.
it. And then you can't have then sneaky bastards saying like, oh, if he's telling the landlord, like, if he's not happy, I'll take the house. You know? Landlord just fuck you out and give it to someone
They
else.
can't squatters' rights.
Yeah.
Barricade yourself in. There'd be anarchy that come to a standstill.
I'd smoke the fuckers out anyway.
You would, because you're on their side, aren't you?
Of course I am, man. If I'm losing money off a house and have to
You'd
pay a
be a
mortgage on the house,
slumlord.
like, and nobody's like, if I have people in there that are supposed to be paying my mortgage for me and living in the house,
Well, then
and
they
then all of a
shouldn't.
sudden then they stop paying rent, what am I supposed to do?
Listen, people shouldn't have to suffer for other people's bad business ideas. If you're getting a house and a mortgage and things like that, and you have a big mortgage and things like that, then that's your own doing for making a wrong decision.
What's the
That's a
wrong
bad-
decision?
The wrong decision in getting a house and then jacking up the price of the rent, and that just to cover the mortgage. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That for
There
people's
has-
bad, and still at the end of it, these people then jack up the price of the houses and things like that, and they're still gaining. Do you know what I
They
mean?
need
Because
to
they
bring in-
still have the property.
if I was renting, man, I'd want to be making some bit of a profit out of
But
it.
Yeah,
what is
that's
that?
what I'm
would.
saying. But
Yeah,
they
I
need
would.
to bring in like some kind of a law where there's a limit to like how much you can charge or whatever. Especially like when there's a housing shortage and a housing crisis in the country like that. Do you know what I mean? Like it'd be different if there was loads of houses out there for rent, and some people are charging stupid money. People are just going to ignore them and go and get a normal priced house.
Exactly.
But that's not the way it is at the moment. Like
But in
there's no
fairness-
houses there. Like
In fairness, though, I have heard stories where some of the landlords didn't do it
oh yeah.
because they were proper business people who
Yeah.
had a proper empire and didn't need to do that.
I
to
was
people,
talking
you
to a
know?
man just recently that lives near me, like, and he's renting his house there for the last 7 years, and it's 600 a month,
Yeah.
a 4-bedroom house.
Yeah,
And he said landlord just never put it up since he
yeah,
moved in.
exactly.
600 like for a 4-bedroom. That's fucking very good
Unreal,
by
man.
today's
Yeah.
standards. Like,
And that
So
man,
It's
that
100
man,
euros less than what I'm paying for a 2-bedroom apartment. Like.
yeah, it's gas. Like,
You
I
see
couldn't
what I
believe
mean?
that.
I consider myself fairly lucky to get that apartment as well, man. At
Yeah.
that price, like very
You
very
were,
lucky.
like-
and at the end of the day, all that's doing is getting the rich richer and the poor staying poor.
But all these houses that are mental money, like, are these all privately owned? Are they?
Yeah.
yeah,
They're all privately
Yeah.
owned.
Well,
All
any
private
ones
owned,
that I've
yeah.
heard of, like, yeah.
all slumlords. That's all they are, profiting off the misery of people,
No,
and it's as simple as that.
scumbags. Yeah,
Scumbags is
something
right.
needs to be done, man. Like, I strongly believe anyway that the government needs
And
to
if
snap
I got
out of
a
their
high-
buzz.
And if I got into power, they'd be going into the skip as well.
Yeah, until
I'd line them all up.
until a woman walks past with a nice arse or something, and then you're gone, distracted. What was I saying? You were talking about landlords? I don't know.
All the
I'd-
men. I need the
I'd
women.
fuck
did,
her
I
in
need
the
alone.
skip.
I'd skip her. No, I wouldn't. No.
Hello, we
Not
can't
that,
say
not that.
serious for long, so we can't.
Yeah. That's what I was saying the last time about like it's okay to have
I'm
a serious
definitely not
conversation
voting for
because
you
it's not
anyway.
gonna fucking, it's not gonna stick. Yeah,
It's beautiful. How long we got, Mike?
Just gone 56 minutes.
yeah.
we'll wrap
I'd
up
nearly
soon
say
now.
we'd wrap it up. I was more interested, like we were very kind of underprepared this week for an episode, but it was more about showing off our lovely new table and
Fab, doll, fab.
just seeing if we can do this episode, and hopefully the sound should be perfect this week.
No, you weren't riding up on top of that table. We
Oh,
were
I
so
christened
proud
that.
of it.
Yeah, I broke that table in, good and proper.
You had a posh wank up on top of it as well.
all over what's his name's face?
He came all over his face.
Jamal, no?
Tyrone.
Tyrone.
No, no,
Tyrone.
not there's some other
We'll
name.
have to put a bit of thought into giving him a name. If
Yeah.
anyone has any suggestions, comment below.
Finbar.
Yeah.
And remember, if anyone was affected by any of the issues raised on tonight's episode of the podcast, there should be a number on the screen now for you to call. There should be, but there isn't because we don't give a fuck.
I haven't a clue how to do that.
Yeah.
I'm not getting
I
paid for
do.
this shit.
Yeah.
So that's your
So,
problem, bitch.
Get over
Hopefully our audio issues have been well and truly sorted.
Russell for
by
number
now.
1 as well. Russell for number 1.
it. Yeah.
Yeah. Vote number 1.
Jude's number 2.
Number 2.
All right, we'll wrap it up, sure. We'll come back more prepared next week.
Yeah.
Hopefully the sound is good. Like, share, comment, tell all your friends.